Okay.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Tess George. I'm a volunteer with Grow Nashua. It's the first day of spring, so I'm really excited, looking forward to the garden. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a really easy, delicious dish, and it's called Cabbage Casserole. And to make it, you need these ingredients. You need an onion, some cabbage, a pound of ground beef, a can of cream of mushroom soup. You need some wide egg noodles or any kind of egg noodles, and you also need a bouillon cube that I don't have out right now, but we are going to be using it in the dish. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, as you are getting started, turn your oven on to 350. All right, and then now I'm going to dice up some onion, and then I'm going to shred up the cabbage. The recipe calls for one small onion. This is actually one really big onion, so I'm going to use half of this. And I'm just going to get the skin off of it really easily. And then I'm going to chop it up into small slices. Sometimes if you just cut the ends off an onion like this, it's a lot easier to get the skin off. And this onion doesn't make me cry. I'm not sure why, but you know, if it does, if onions make you cry, I've heard that if you keep them in the refrigerator, it's a little bit better.
Because it's a yellow onion.
It doesn't make me cry. I just heard from my husband who's filming that it doesn't make me cry because it's a yellow onion. So this is how I chop it. You can do it your own way, but I make slices into the onion like this. I don't know if you're getting this, eh? And then once it's sliced up like that, then since I have a big knife, I can just go through it, and it's really coming out into small pieces. As you'll see. You can leave it like that. It's really, that's fine. If you wanted to, you could make it a little bit smaller, but I think these pieces break up. Okay, so then we need 3 cups of shredded cabbage. And once you get the cabbage going, one of the things you want to do with the cabbage that I normally do is just to cut out this, that hard center. Right, and then once you've got it like this, I don't know if you can see this well. I'll try to turn it like this so you can see it. You want to shred it nice and thin, pretty thin, right? You want to keep that when you slice it. And I know that some of you have plastic knives that are really good at doing this. So if you have that knife and you're a little bit concerned about using a big knife, or if you're a kid and your parents don't want you to use a big knife, big metal knife, use that plastic one, because that does a really good job. Okay, I'm gonna do it from here. I'm gonna do it a little bit awkwardly, just so the camera can see that I'm keeping it pretty close. And if some of them are a little bit bigger, that's okay. But it'll just taste a little bit better if it's a little bit smaller. So you can see that was a small head. That was just half a head of cabbage. And I'm going to still have 3 cups here, I'm pretty sure. And if it's a little bit over or a little bit under, it doesn't really matter. Nothing in this recipe is really that exact. When I get down to the end there, I'm just going to chop it up. Okay, so that's done. We can turn off the camera for...
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to brown the ground beef, and we're going to add the onions in with that. So you just want to kind of put that into the frying pan and just, break it up a little bit as it goes into the frying pan. And that the flame's on this pan, so it's already heating up a little bit. So we're going to break that up into there a little bit. That's a pound of ground beef. You know, you probably could use, you know, if you wanted to use ground turkey or something, you probably could use that. Or, but I've always made it this way. So, okay, so that's in there pretty much broken up. Right, we'll break it up a little bit more as it cooks. And then we're also going to put the onions in that we chopped up a little earlier. So we're going to put those in and break them up a little bit. And they're going to soften in there as they cook. And I'm just breaking them up a little bit as they go in. Okay, so they're in there. See, this is really pretty simple. You're going to season that a little bit with salt and pepper. I got a little grinder here, but you can just use a shaker. That's good too. So I'm putting some salt and pepper in that, and I'm going to let this get brown. And I'm going to break that up a little bit more as it's browning. So simple.
I want to turn it up a bit.
And so delicious.
Yeah.
You can turn it off now.
Okay.
Okay, so this has been browning for a little while. And you can see it's almost done because almost all the red is gone. So, oh, there's my microwave going. So as soon as all the red is gone, then you want to stop it because you don't want to overcook this because this is going to go in the oven for an hour. So that's really pretty good. There's a little bit of pink in there, but I'm just going to stop cooking it now. I'm going to say, yeah, I think that's pretty close to done. Okay, so now I'm going to turn that off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take something that we can put in the oven, and I'm going to put a little like Pam type spray in here just so things don't stick. And then I'm going to take our 3 cups of shredded cabbage, and I'm going to put that in the bottom of this bowl. There it goes. There it is in the bottom of the bowl. And then I'm going to take a slotted spoon so I don't get all the fat. You can get a little bit of the fat because that gives it a little flavor. And I'm going to put this over. This is the onions and the browned beef, and that's going to go over the cabbage. Right? We're going to fill that up. So you can use any kind of, you could use a pan, anything that can go in the oven. Because this is going to go in the oven for, I think it's like 45 minutes to an hour. I'll double check the recipe. So we've got cabbage on the bottom, and we've got browned. Yeah, don't touch the pan. That's like not good cooking practice to touch a hot pan. Okay. Okay, so now the recipe also says to get some bouillon in a cup of water. So I actually don't have any beef bouillon today, but I have some of this. I have some of this better than bouillon. It's vegetable. It'll be fine. A lot of times it comes in a cube, and that's good too. You can definitely get those in a cube. And actually, I'm almost out of this, but I've got a teaspoon. So when you use it like this from a jar, it's a teaspoon in a cup of water. So I'm just going to put that in there and mix that up a little bit. And so now what I'm going to do is get a can of cream of mushroom soup. And I'm going to spoon that on top. of this mixture. Like that. And sometimes, even though I've made this dish so many times, this was something my mother used to make when I was young. I just want to double check and make sure I'm doing everything right. Okay. You also can mix the soup and the bouillon together, and that's actually what I really should have done, but I think this will be fine. I thought I was doing something a little bit wrong, but I think this will be okay. So then I'm just going to mix it like this. I'm going to pour this over it. And because I really was supposed to mix the soup and the cup of bouillon together, but I didn't quite do that. But you'll see it'll come out okay because that's how easy this recipe is. It'll be okay. See, a lot of times if you just make a little mistake, it's really fine. Oh, we didn't get quite the bouillon. I'm going to just put a little drop more water in here. Okay, because I wanted to get that bouillon flavor. Okay, so that goes in there. So now, wasn't that simple? That's what you see, right? And we're going to put a lid on that. And we're going to put that in a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. So there, that goes into the oven for 1 hour. All right, so that's what we've done so far. Wasn't that easy? It was so quick, and we're gonna wait for an hour. Just before that comes out, we're gonna make some egg noodles. We're gonna heat up some egg noodles, but for now, we're just gonna wait. All right.